Says live.
Hey, it's Bridget and Maggie. And we are, go ahead, Maggie, who are we?
We are the Pixie Chicks. Talking about Disney.
Yep.
I want to see if I could turn on this YouTube thing. There you go.
Pause the chat real quick here. Let's see.
We have 3 people watching. People are coming in. There's Craig. Hi, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Oh, gosh.
Let's see. We are just doing like a little show on Disney today, Maggie and I.
Here, I'll go back to Streamer. There we go. Because we're the 2 Disney lovers.
Yes.
And sometimes we end up taking over the squad morning show talking Disney.
Yeah.
So we thought.
Yeah. Or Tom's nighttime show or yeah, we just like to talk. So we figured why not? We'll just hop on and talk away, and you guys can join in on the chat if you want. Ask us questions.
Yeah. Hi, Swift Seller and Jody.
Hi, Jody. Hi, Swift Seller. Mike. Yes, Mike, go get your aluminum foil hat. We're being invaded. My experience with Disney is Disney World, really. I've gone only about 7 or 8 times now.
So what turned you on to Disney? What was your first trip?
When my son and daughter are 5 years apart. So when my son, when I was pregnant for my daughter, and when I had her in the hospital, I told him when she turns 5 and he turns 10, we'll go to Disney World. And so that's what we did. So that was our first trip, my first trip ever there.
So she was 5 and he was 10.
He was 10, yeah.
Does she have memory of it?
Yeah, she remembers bits and pieces of it. She remembers more. We went again when she was 7 for her 7th birthday. And so she remembers more of that time than she remembers her first time.
Right. Our first time, Jason, let me see. Jason was 89. So Jason was 5. And Mike was he was in a stroller. He was 3.
Oh, wow.
So they don't really have memory of that trip. Do you remember when in Epcot, there was a double-decker bus that rode around the World Showcase?
No.
This was in 1989.
Oh, no. See, I didn't. My very first trip was in 2002.
Oh, okay. That's right, because you're just a youngster. I'm an oldie. This is 1989, and they used to have a double-decker bus that drove around the World Showcase.
Oh, wow.
And
it just kind of traveled you around
It just took you around. Like now they have the 2 boats. I'm just trying to look at the chat here. Deb says she remembers the bus. Yeah. So it was a double-decker bus like London, like it's supposed to be like in England, right? In England, they still have double-decker buses. And it would drive you around the World Showcase. So Jason wanted to ride, and for some reason we separated. My mother took Jason on the bus, and we stayed separate. And then we completely lost each other. And Jason just has a memory of riding around on the bus with Graham. Yeah, that was like his only memory of that trip.
I think Jody wants to know what we think the best age to take a child. I think 5 was a good age because Kyla could still ride a bunch of things. She obviously was in the stroller, but she rode almost everything.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, to me, I think that's a good age. I would never want to take a child younger, but you have, Maggie, so.
And he has no memory of it. I mean, up to a certain age, you don't even pay, right? You don't even pay for a ticket for a.
2, yeah.
Is it up to 2 or is it up to 3?
I don't remember, but I know under 10 is still like the kids' rate. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would say 5 or 6. I'm with Valerie about that. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Tom.
Hi, Valerie. Hi, Tom.
Kathy.
Yeah.
I gave Chris a Sunday, so he's sitting at his desk and he's being good. But the Sunday's over now, so now he's marching around the house.
Yeah, any younger and they're not going to remember it.
Right. I would say the older you can do it, the better. I would say between 5 and 10 is a great age.
Yeah,
We're in between there.
yeah, me too.
So, Maggie, tell us
Yes.
about you. I know you're DVC.
Yeah, our first trip was that trip where I'm lying. I'm lying right off the bat. My first trip was in 1979. So I don't Epcot was not even open. It was just the world. It was just the world. Just the Magic Kingdom. A friend of mine and I went, and then I never. So it was 10 years later when I went back with Michael and the boys and my mother, and we stayed at like a Howard Johnson's right out on. It was called the Hotel Plaza. I don't know if it's still there. Right across from the downtown Disney.
Okay.
It was like this Hotel Plaza. It was a Howard Johnson's hotel, and they had a little shuttle that went over. And the studios had just opened, so that was new.
That's crazy.
And we just loved it, and we just started going back.
Oh, okay.
So Kathy said she went in '78 too, and that was the only time she went. And then we discovered Shades of Green. So Disney has a military hotel on the property. You can literally walk to it from the Polynesian, and it's great rates for military members, active or retired. And we went there a few times, and then we ended up just buying DVC.
And if anybody doesn't know, DVC is Disney Vacation Club. It's almost like a timeshare program. Would you say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is,
But different than what you normally think of timeshare.
different than what you normally think. Although I think that timeshare programs have kind of started to adopt the Disney points
Yes, a lot.
model.
Yeah, they're doing the point system.
Yeah.
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 But
So yeah, that was my start. And they're looking back.
so
And the fun of it, I think the fun of it is, we talk about the ages of the kids. When they're 5 and 6, when they're little, there's so much. It's so much fun. The kiddie rides are fun. The characters are fun. As they get older, there's something for every age.
oh yeah. And even when you go without, I mean,
Yeah.
going without kids, I have a blast.
Oh yeah. Now my kids are in their 30s, and they still go every year because now they love drinking around the world. They like the restaurants. They like, yeah. And then if they ever have children of their own, grandchildren to take back, and you'll do the kid thing all over again.
Yep. Well, Disney just started their Halloween. They started in August, Disney World.
Right.
So it just started. Their Halloween party just started Friday. So you have a long time, a huge span. You could do the Halloween show. It's
Have you ever done it?
yes, we did it. Went last year. Yep, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I actually, I think I have video on my YouTube
Oh, I'll have to take a look.
of the fireworks and stuff. I think it was a fun time. It really was. It was.
Is it worth the extra price?
Would I do it again? Probably not. The party. I like going during the Halloween season because I like seeing all the decorations and stuff
Right.
like that. But the party is kind of like a one-time thing because they
Right.
don't really change up too much. So
We did the Very Merry Christmas party once, and I wouldn't do it again.
Mhm.
It was very crowded. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was disappointed in. Is I heard they used to limit the number of tickets, but now the number they've raised that. So it was kind of crowded. It was kind of crowded. We didn't dress up. Him and I didn't dress up, but my daughter and Frank, her fiance, they dressed up as Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
oh, cool.
But it's a fun time. It really is. We're doing the Merry Christmas party in Disneyland in December when we go. So.
Oh, I'll be interested to hear how that is. Yeah, let's just say, because Hank is in the chat. Hi, Hank and Liz.
Todd, when does Walt Disney make it? Well, he's right here. His name is Silverhair Stacker. They're right about the same age, aren't they?
Do they have a hotel where you can see the party from the room? No, not in Disney World.
Well,
right?
probably the fireworks.
Oh, you can see the fireworks from some properties, yeah.
But not, yeah. I mean, they don't have a hotel like right in Magic Kingdom, so.
No. Yeah, so the one event we did that I would do again over and over is the after hours.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yep.
I mean, we literally had the park to ourselves. Mm-hmm. We walked down Main Street. Main Street was empty, not another soul, and you could take pictures at the castle. You could do all that. And then as we walked through it, we walked over the Adventureland Bridge. We walked through Adventureland, and as we were walking past Pirates, another family was coming the opposite direction. And we both kind of stopped and looked at each other at the same time. But somebody from each group at the same time said, "What are you doing in my park?" It was so much fun. It is more money. It was,
yes,
I think it was $130 per person.
They do it for different parks, different times. I would totally do that.
With our Disney Vacation Club discount, it was like $90 or something per person.
Yeah, I would. They didn't have that when we went. They didn't have that option.
Right.
They didn't have one, but I would definitely do it.
No, it is not included. It's not included in any hotel stay.
They do have extra magic hours, which is included.
Right.
That is the park. They either have morning or night, and the park is open. What is it? 1 or 2 hours?
A couple hours in the morning. I think it's 2 hours in the morning and maybe 3 or even 4 hours.
Yeah, at night.
Till midnight time.
But we did. I can't remember if it was during the. I don't think it was during the Halloween party. We did the extra magic hours, and on one night. And we were able to get right on like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which is
really
a huge long wait. Yeah, we didn't have very long waits for things.
During the morning or the nighttime?
At night.
At night. They say what you should do is go to a park that has the extra magic hours in the morning and get there at the rope drop for the extra magic hours, do everything, and then leave that park.
Yep.
Because most people then stay and hang out the rest of the day, and it lessens the crowds in other parks.
Yeah. We were looking at Disney packages and included, extra magic hours. But that's different than after hours.
That's different than after hours, yeah. Back in the day, Todd told Walt to build the theme parks. Thank you, Todd.
Yes, Todd.
I know there's a reason that we love you.
My favorite hotel is the Caribbean Beach. I've only ever stayed at the All-Star Movies, Pop Century, and Caribbean Beach. If you bring a little one, I would highly recommend the All-Star Movies. Only my daughter loved that hotel.
Did she? I never stayed there.
Yeah, she loved it because they had like the Toy Story rooms and they had, all that stuff. So
my favorite is Boardwalk. I love Boardwalk.
I would like to stay there sometime.
Yeah. Actually, we stayed. The reason we bought into DVC, Disney Vacation Club is because we stayed at the Pop Century. Did you like the Pop Century?
Yes. Yeah, I did like it.
Maybe it was just the time we were there. It was so overrun with kids. It was just so, and the buses, it seemed like we had to wait. The lines for the buses just seemed, and I always kind of resisted looking at the, Michael was always, let's go take the tour. No, 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 no. We're at the Pop Century. And I'm like, I said, let's just go look at let's go look at the DVC, because it felt to me like those value resorts were getting so much more crowded. And that's when we looked and took the tour and bought in. Hi there, Julie.
Julie. Well, let's see. We stayed at Pop Century in, I think I want to say it was in May because it was for my daughter's birthday. So we stayed there in May. So it wasn't too bad because it was like her birthday was 12th, so it was right around that time.
Yeah. Might have just been a bad time.
Yeah. My favorite time of year to go to Disney World is September.
September is good. It's still really, really hot.
Yeah, it's not too bad though. I liked May though too. I really liked May.
We went in May once for Julie said they stayed at Pop last May. Hi, Summer.
Do you want to know when we went for our very first trip? It was in July.
Oh no.
Yeah, we won't do that again.
I went back.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
We did go once in August. It was brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like September because the kids are back to school. We go like after Labor Day. The kids are back to school. You have the Food and Wine Fest. You have the Halloween party. Everything's like kind of going on during that time. So
Food and Wine is our favorite time of year to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Our favorite time of year. Yep. Jody says, so when she gets ready to plan her trip, will we help her?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. I used to do it all by myself, but now I just go through I have a travel agency we go through.
Oh, do you?
And they they specialize in Disney, so we just go through them. And because when like any discounts come out, I don't have to constantly be watching it. They'll just let us know when
they let you know. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Julie, that sucks.
Oh no, that's such a shame. Did you get were you able to cancel and get the money back? My son and his wife were down there when remember the last time they had that big hurricane? They ended up leaving and driving home.
Wow.
And they got all their they got all their points back and everything. They were really good about it. Yeah.
We had a hurricane warning the one time we were there. Not this last time, but in 2016, we had a hurricane warning. And Chris and I were at Disney Springs, and we were shopping, and Kyla and Frank were at Disney Springs somewhere else. And I'm texting her. She's like, "Oh, Mom, stop." And she's going, because everybody's phones are going beep, beep, beep for this warning.
Right.
So she's texting me back, "Oh, stop. Disney's not going to, if they want us to leave, they'll evacuate Disney." I said, "Fine, whatever. Die in the hurricane. We're going back to the hotel."
See, she didn't die in the hurricane.
No. But she is stubborn. Now, are you an annual pass holder, Maggie?
No, not. We've had annual passes. It depends on what our plans are. Actually, we were just been talking about this because we wanted to take a trip in 2020 with our kids.
Right.
For Food and Wine. And then I just got a call from my sister-in-law. They want to take a family trip in January 2021. So we probably will buy annual passes to cover those too. And you get a big discount on the annual pass from DVC.
Yeah. I think if you're planning on going twice during that year,
right.
I would definitely get one. Even we could have upgraded because we stayed 10 days the last time, and looking into it, it would have been worth it more to upgrade to an annual pass.
Right.
But I didn't know that at the time, so.
because you get discounts too. You get discounts in all the stores. You get discounts in the restaurants and things.
And you get the annual pass, pins, the special pins.
Right.
So
Yeah. But a lot of times when we go, because through it's way out. The what was I gonna say? Military, they have a thing called the annual Disney annual military salute pass. It's a 5-day pass, 5-day park hopper pass for under $300.
wow, that's great.
It's a huge discount. So usually when we go, we'll buy them. We can get up to 6 per year.
Wow,
Yeah. So
that's a great deal.
if anybody's going who's got somebody who's retired military or active military, look into those military discounts. They can be really good.
Yeah, Disney does really good with that stuff, the military and stuff like that. I've never been to Shades of Green because you can't, and, unless you have somebody with you. But I don't even think you can get in to look around, right?
I don't know because you actually have to show your pass to get on the bus.
Right.
So, but you could walk there. Like you could walk from the Poly over. It's a short walk. And they have it used to be, I want to say, the Disney Inn. It used to be a Disney like luxury hotel.
Yes.
And then they turned it over
I
to the
can't remember
military.
what the name of it was.
I want to say the Disney Inn, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a Facebook page, Summer, called Disney. Look on Facebook for like Disney military tips, and they just give a run. They're putting out stuff every day about discounts. Aside from staying on Shades of Green property, they have room discounts. They have park pass discounts. All kind of goodies for military.
Yep.
So,
yeah, definitely get. If you can get a discount, do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But has anybody? I know most people said they went like way. I know Julie goes all the time, but has anybody gone recently?
Or is anybody going?
Has anybody going? Orlando, spend Saturday, Sunday, then drive back. Ugh. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do. Well, if I lived that close, I probably would.
How long of a drive is it from there? It's got to be.
Is it 8 hours, right?
8 hours. So it takes us about 18-hour drive for us.
It's
But we leave early in the morning. We try to get as far as Kingsland, Georgia, and stay at a hotel there, and then just have like a 3-hour.
Oh yeah, Liz went like on just like a whim. She's like, "All right, kids, pick up Disney World." It was like quick.
And she says she wants to do another quick trip in October. Summer, do you go, or Liz, do you go down for food and wine? Oh, and Summer's going in November. Very cool.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I guess you got all your reservations made by now.
Oh yeah. Have you made your fast passes and right? Because it's 60 days. Well, it's not 60 days yet. I guess it's not time yet.
Summer, you staying on property? It's 60 days if you're staying on the property, and then 30 days.
And then 30, right? If you're not. Is that how it works?
Yep.
Where Disneyland is completely different, and I really have to. I have to research.
There are no fast passes?
They're called Max Pass, and you actually have to buy it.
Wow.
And you cannot make your fast passes until you are on the property. Like
it used to be in Disney World where you had the.
Yep.
See,
but you have to pay for it. So so the fast passes lines are a lot shorter. You don't get as many. You know what I mean? You can get more fast passes, and you can schedule them closer. You can schedule more than you could at Disney World. I don't know. I've been still researching because I'm like, it's
I know how that works. I kind of miss that. I kind of don't like having to make your fast passes 60 days in advance, because then you're Like with the last time we went, we wanted to ride Slinky Dog.
Right.
So 60 days ahead of time at the dot, it's 7 a.m. Eastern that you can make. So at 6:58, I started, trying, and at like 7 on the dot, I put in my request, and the only one available was for the last day of our trip.
Yep, it is. But then again, when you're there, always keep checking because you can always find, what I mean? Things like we did. And it's crazy. Like 60 days, you're sitting in your house going, okay, you have your schedule made out. Okay, we need business for this and this and this and this, It's just nuts. But
you get up your crowd counter and you say, well, on this day, what's the lowest crowd? Which park do I want to be in this day? And then you have to try to find your fast passes. And then I hate the tiers, especially in Epcot, that you can either do Soarin' or Test Track or Frozen, but you can't do
one.
Two of them. Yeah.
Like we had a fast pass for Flight of Passage when we got there, and then and that's in the Avatar Land. And then we decided, we just kind of looked, and I think it was our last day there or second to last day there, we got another fast pass for it.
Oh wow.
Really lucky. So
yeah.
Julie, we're planning on it. I'm sure we'll have time because Disneyland is not as big as Disney World, obviously. You don't have as many parks, so I think we'll have a lot of time to do other things. So now, Summer, you're going to Florida in November? She says she's going in November, so I don't know if she's going to Florida.
Oh yeah, I think Disneyland. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Some says her sons enjoy the parks more than she does. They have passes to go often.
So another thing is that's going on this month. I think is it started yet, or is it Monday?
Is it this coming weekend?
I think so. They have I'm sorry, I just read Todd's question. How many books do I have to sell to Disney? Well, if you sell books like Maggie does, only probably 20. They have D23, and that's a Disney club, right? Like a fan club type thing.
Fan club, yeah.
But they have an event every year in California where they announce all the things that are coming out for Disney. And so they have a secret announcement on Sunday, Maggie. What do you think that's going to be?
I do not know. I can't even imagine. Sometimes Disney has a tendency to hype an announcement that turns out to be not the biggest thing, but I don't really know. I mean, they've got so much already open, right? Tron's opening in 2021 for the 50th anniversary, right?
Yep. Yes, Tom. I'm excited about that.
I did see that.
Yeah, 2021 is their 50th anniversary. I'm wondering if they're going to announce new monorails.
You think?
I don't know. I mean, they have to have them, but maybe Frozen Land. I don't know. But I mean, they already have Ratatouille starting. They already have Guardians of the Galaxy.
They have Guardians of the Galaxy. They have Star Wars Land.
I wonder if they could be doing a Marvel Land. I don't know.
I had thought they were going to do a Cars Land. Is that still on the agenda for the studios? A Cars Land like they have in Disney World?
I don't know.
Or Disneyland? Or Julie says Frozen Land. She's heard rumors. I've heard of 2 new countries coming to the showcase.
I think Brazil.
That's what I heard, Brazil,
and there's another one, but I don't remember. I hope not Frozen Land. I'm not a big Frozen fan.
I've never seen Frozen. I know.
I've never really wanted to. But that could be cool. I don't know.
And the Resistance ride is coming December, right? December 5th, I think. And then Star Wars Land will be fully operational that at that point, right?
Right.
Everything else is opening September or August. August.
That's going to be built on your property there, Ted.
The island nation of Tom. Oh my God.
Lord, help us all. Yeah,
Let it
have
go.
added that little Cars show in Hollywood Studios. I think that was more to get the crowd kind of dispersed into other areas because of Star Wars Land.
Oh, okay.
But thank you.
Then I heard something about a playland or play in Epcot.
Playland?
Play pavilion or something. Play pavilion where I want to say where Wonders of Life used to be.
Oh, I don't know.
Where the Wonders of Life pavilion was. Remember Wonders of Life? Alamo. They actually talked to putting a Disney Quest years and years ago in Philadelphia, and then it never.
That I'll tell you what. That's one thing I miss. I miss Disney Quest. And
I'm wondering if the Play Pavilion might be sort of on the same lines.
they have that NBA experience, which I'm not a fan of at all.
I mean, no, really.
I just
Julie says so much of Epcot is being redone. Yeah, they're going to open up the whole front of that. They're going to take out all those.
the one side is done.
Is it done already?
Taken out, and now they're working on the other side.
I always thought that was so stupid the way that was set up.
But
You're trying to get out of the parks at night, and you're, you know.
Yes, I am so excited about that, Tom. You do not even know. He says Disney announced the massive $6.5 billion Disneyland resort for Toronto Islands. Yep, they're going to build one park on one of the islands, and then the other ones they're saving for other parks. So that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, that will be exciting.
At first, they were talking about how they didn't know how it was going to work with the weather, but Canada's Wonderland has such a huge crowd all the time that it'll be fine. Toronto, Chris, how far is Toronto from us? Like 4 hours? About 4 hours.
Oh, wow. That's not bad at all. Wow. Kathy says there are too many parks to visit. How do you get them all in, and how many days does it take you to go through them?
You would definitely. I honestly, I know some people like 4-day, 5-day trips. I think 7 days is a good trip.
I think you need at least 2 days in the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
As it stands now, you can do studios in half a day, but that is not going to be the case.
No, I think now with Star Wars Land, it's probably going to be
Star Wars Land open. Yeah, that'll. And yeah, Liz, you need a rest day.
What's that?
Oh, you never take a rest day?
I don't know. And usually we do 2 days in Epcot. We do 1 day for what do you call the front part? I lost it.
Oh, for Future World, and then
we do all of Future World and part of
the showcase.
Showcase. I don't know why I'm just losing it. And then another day for the rest of the showcase.
No.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Usually in the showcase, they have food. It used to be food and wine was the big, but now at any time of year they have some festival going on that involves food. So they have the arts festival. That's like in May, right? That spring.
Yeah.
They have
the arts festival is, I think, February.
Oh, is that February? And then the Flower and Garden Festival.
Yes.
And then they have the food and wine. And now they have the holiday festival. So at any time of year, the World Showcase has all these food kiosks. Like last time we went, it was the holiday festival, and we stayed in Boardwalk. And from Boardwalk, you can walk into the World Showcase through the back way. And we went there every day for a meal.
Mhm.
Like at least every day, we either ate lunch or dinner, just going into the back, walking around, picking something here, picking something there.
It's easy to
It's,
do.
yeah, it's amazing. So much fun.
I like Epcot. And actually, Animal Kingdom to me is not a full day.
No,
I
I
don't.
don't. Yeah,
I mean, it depends on what you do there. Well, now with Pandora, it's more, more better because you have different rides. But I don't know. I say that,
that's our least favorite park.
yeah, ours too. Well, mine too. I don't know about.
Mm,
But I'm not a big zoo person either. So
Right.
it's not a zoo. Definitely different than a zoo, but
Yeah,
I'm not a zoo person. But Animal Kingdom's fun though. It's fun. But I would say you would want to stay, especially if you have younger kids, you would want to stay at least 6, 7 days.
yeah, for sure.
Because when my kids were younger, we would go back to the resort and take a little rest and then go back out after like maybe a 2-hour rest or whatever.
Right. And like Liz says, we used to do that. If we took a longer trip, we'd go to the parks and we'd spend one whole day just at the pool
Mhm.
and not go into the parks. The kids needed it, you know.
Liz, I would never stand in line that long. I think I would stand in line 45 minutes to an hour tops for a ride.
But Pandora, you have to go there during the day and then you have to go back at night just to see the land all lit up at night. It's beautiful.
We didn't see it lit up.
Oh, you didn't?
And yeah, we're definitely gonna see that when we go back.
We the first time we did it, they were having an event. It was called Moonlight Magic, and it was Disney Vacation Club members only. So it was another. It was it was an after hours event. It was more crowded than the one you pay for, but still, it was.
I think somebody did a video on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely, if we can do after hours at a park next time we go, we're doing it.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it.
I'll-
Jason,
I'll-
boy,
Oh, go ahead.
they did Animal Kingdom, and I thought I wouldn't spend that money for after hours in Animal Kingdom. They loved it. They did the safari at nighttime.
Yeah, I would probably at Animal Kingdom because of Pandora and
Right.
that.
Yeah.
I would
And they
going to any of the holiday parties and just spend that money on the after
oh,
hours.
the after hours. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
uniquely me.
How are you?
We're just chatting about Disney.
Yeah.
Maggie's like, do you think we could talk for an hour about Disney by ourselves? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't smart when they bought the land in California. And so that's why Walt was smart when he bought the land in Florida.
Yeah. He did it all in secret
Yep.
for years, buying up land before they realized what was happening.
Just the history of Disney is just amazing. And now I'm not talking about just like when he made the park, but from when he was born,
Right.
I just love all that history.
He's such a creative genius.
Hmm.
Yeah. Tracy wants to go in this November to Disney World. Julie's worthless swampland. Yeah. They were buying up all that worthless swampland.
Do you live near, Tracy, where do you live? Do you live near?
I think Tracy's in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Tracy, are you in Texas?
Us? No.
No.
Maggie and I are the quietest one in the group.
Tracy, you're the troublemaker. I've been in your shows.
She probably has her shows on late at night, so I don't. I'm an early sleeper, everybody. Um,
Tom asked a question. What's your favorite food item?
oh my. Um, hmm. My favorite, well, it depends. Favorite snacky food item? I would have to say I like school bread.
I love the school bread.
Um,
I love the rice cream. Have you ever had the rice
no,
cream? School bread and rice cream are treats that they have in the Norway Pavilion in the World Showcase.
I like Tonga Toast is really good too.
Tonga Toast is
Oh,
so good.
we had that
So,
first time this past trip. We
oh, really?
we were like, we are going to the Polynesian. We're having breakfast. We're having Tonga Toast.
You know what's another good breakfast though? I think it's Wolfgang Puck Express in Disney Springs is cornflake French toast. It's like cornflake crusted French toast. It's really good. I don't know. The last time we were there, my my son and daughter-in-law, their idea of doing Disney is to just eat and drink until they burst. We just ate, and my daughter-in-law, she would text me. She would say, Disney has this dessert coming out. They have this dessert coming, and she knew it when we got into this park. Let's go to this place. They have macaroons at this bar, and then they have this treat in that place. And oh my gosh, we just ate and
I'll
ate
tell you what.
and ate.
When we know we're going to Disney World, that's one thing we talk about all the time.
Those us too.
Yeah, I can't wait to go,
Yeah.
to La Cellier and have a steak dinner and things like that. But let's see.
But you want
Teresa wants to know what Tonga Toast is. Tonga Toast, I Googled it. It's a super giant banana stuffed sourdough bread that's battered and deep fried and then dusted with cinnamon sugar.
it's like a square block of bread, right?
Yeah.
With bananas in it.
Yep.
Oh my, it is so delicious.
So good. We did a character breakfast, just like we were just walking through Animal Kingdom and decided to stop there, and we didn't have a reservation or anything. We got right in, and I can't remember the name of it.
Was that at the Tusker House?
Tusker House, yes. Yep. It was I would totally recommend that. It was so good.
We've done a character breakfast at the Crystal Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Crystal Palace. No, the Crystal Palace is when you go down Main Street. Oh, yeah, it is the Crystal Palace because I was thinking of the plaza. There's the plaza at the end of Main Street, but if you go towards Adventureland, there's the Crystal Palace, and they have a breakfast buffet, and they have this stuffed French toast that's really good.
Tracy, we go because we're cool adults.
Oh yeah,
we have kids, but they're adults too. But I've never been to Crystal Palace. For
yeah, Winnie the Pooh is the character is the Winnie the Pooh characters in that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pricey, but the French toast was so good.
I watched them too, Liz. Actually,
yeah.
What's her name on DFB Guide? What's that girl's name?
What is her name?
I can't remember. But she's from Buffalo, so she's from like the town my daughter lives in.
Yeah.
Her name? AJ. Yes, she's from Buffalo. So what's a character? Oh, Valerie, you've got to take a character breakfast is when you sit down for your meal. It's almost like it's a buffet usually, and all the characters make their way around your table. So like you can see all the characters at once, like not at once at one time. Like they'll make stops at each table, and that is the best way to see characters in Disney World.
Yeah.
So you're not waiting in a long line. If say if your kid wants to definitely see Mickey and Minnie and Pluto, then you go to like one of those character breakfasts. The one
Like
we
in Norway, it's the princesses, right? In Norway, isn't that a princess breakfast?
Norway and the castle. Yep.
And the castle, right?
Um, like when we went to Tusker House, they were all dressed up as in safari gear because it was Animal Kingdom. So it's fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I haven't been to one in a while because I just can't eat that much food, but it's worth it just to go for the characters.
We need to have Julie on the panel sometime because she goes a lot.
Yeah,
She goes a lot.
yeah, definitely. If we do it on a regular basis.
Julie, look out for a link. Time. I like Caribbean Beach, and Maggie's favorite is
Boardwalk.
the one I like is a moderate, and the one Maggie likes is a deluxe. So,
So
Maggie,
Boardwalk is a Disney Vacation Club hotel. So,
right.
but before we did that, our favorite was the Shades of Green. We love the Shades of Green. I did not know that. Valerie said that the auction professor used to work at Disney for several years. I did not know that. That's very cool. Would you love to work at Disney?
I don't know if I'd like to work there
Well, then you would, yeah.
because it's like then
Then
you
you,
work
yeah,
this year, you know. I don't know. I want to go there and relax and have fun.
yeah. We did a tour once. Did you ever do the Keys to the Kingdom tour?
No,
It takes you underneath in the tunnels beneath the Magic Kingdom,
no, I haven't.
and how everything looks down there, and how everything's run by computer underneath there.
Right. No,
Check
I
it
haven't.
out. Yeah, it would be like working at a thrift store. It kind of would take the magic out of it.
We want to do that at Disneyland. The
What's
walking in Walt's footsteps or whatever it is at Disneyland. I think we want to do that one.
Yeah,
But yeah, I want to do that sometime.
those tours are great. You just get so much information, and
I do that now, Deb. So it does.
you don't need to work there to spend all your money on everything Disney. Bridget can attest to that.
Yeah, I'm slowing down. I'm not. No more pins. Well,
No, Shades of Green. That's not the naughty movie.
Tom, we're not talking about that type of stuff in this show.
Wasn't that the Green Door?
I have no idea what he's talking about. Shades of Green is the military resort.
Shades of Green, yeah. There's actually a Shades of Green in Hawaii too.
Is there? Have you ever been to Alani?
We have not been to Alani.
Go there.
No. We've been to the Disney, so bunch of the Disney resorts, and we've been to Hilton Head.
Okay.
But we've never been to Alani. We've never been to Vero Beach.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Hmm.
And we've stayed at various places. We've stayed at Boardwalk. Our home is Saratoga Springs.
Oh, okay.
We've stayed at Old Key West. They have the nicest rooms.
I just watched a video on Old Key West, and the
Did
rooms
you?
were amazing.
They have the biggest rooms. That's a beautiful resort. We've
Just
stayed at Wilderness Lodge. We stayed at what's the one right near Contemporary Bay Lake Tower.
And how'd you like that one?
It's not themed Disney,
Right.
so but you can walk from there to the Magic Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see the electrical parade at night. You can, if you have the right view from your room, you can see the lagoon and all of that. You can see the fireworks.
Well, I mean, Caribbean Beach really isn't themed Disney that much. Have you ever seen?
No, but Caribbean Beach is themed Caribbean, right?
Right.
Bay Lake Tower to me was just like a big city hotel. To me, there was no real theming, you know? So,
Yeah, Caribbean Beach, I liked. I don't know how I'm gonna like it with the new hotel, but I really liked it because they have like the hammocks out on the beach. You can
Right.
you can watch the Epcot fireworks right
And
from there.
I liked their food court area. The what's that called?
Well, they changed it all, and
Did they?
now they have that new restaurant, Sebastian's instead of Shutters. And I
Oh,
heard Sebastian's is amazing. So, but yeah, when we went, when we stayed, they were all under construction. When we stayed this last time, everything was under construction. So
so
there was no food court. There was just a big, huge like tent. I want
oh,
to call it almost like it reminded me of like MASH, like a military tent.
oh
And
wow.
they had a buffet there, and it still counted as one counter service credit if you had the dining plan. And it was a buffet, and they had no gift shop except they had like little carts all outside, like but but they gave us free pins, and so it was good.
That makes up for everything. Just give Bridget a pin.
You know, what's
Oh,
odd is we really spend time
with it.
which is we don't really spend time in our rooms that much.
No,
So it really
no,
didn't even make a difference to us.
no.
And yeah, the bus service in Caribbean Beach is a little longer because you go to each different, you have Jamaica and Aruba, different places that you stop at.
I like the vacation club rooms because there's a washer and dryer in the room. So I'll just pack enough clothes for like 3 days because I know I can throw everything in the washer.
The first time I ever stayed at a hotel with a washer dryer was this May when we went to Myrtle Beach.
Oh yeah,
We stayed at the Prince Resort and our room had a washer dryer in it, and I liked it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It spoils you.
Whispering Canyon, one of the best value resort restaurants too.
Oh, I like. I don't know. Would you really, Julie? Would you call Whispering Canyon a value restaurant though?
Well, Whispering Canyon is where?
That's in Wilderness Lodge.
Because Wilderness Lodge is a deluxe.
Did they still pass the ketchup, Julie? Because that's the most fun part about Whispering Canyon.
Never been there.
It's the fun you have with the. She thinks it's a good value.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We've never been there for breakfast. We've been there for dinner. And there's certain things you need to ask the wait staff, and it ends up being a lot of fun if you do. Like ask them to pass the ketchup.
Oh yeah, somebody just did a dining review on Whispering Canyon, and they asked if they wanted ketchup or whatever. And yeah, it was funny.
And one of our worst meals was in the Land Garden Grill. Have you ever eaten there?
No.
Where it rotates?
No.
Don't.
It's nice there because you get to see Chippendale, but we've never.
And you kind of overlook the land or the ride, but the food was pretty poor.
Well, when you ask for ketchup, you have to ask for it very loud, and then everybody, like the couple next to you that's sitting in a table, or the couple that's sitting in a table way across the room, will get up and they'll bring their ketchup to you and put it on your table. Servers will bring ketchup.
It's a lot of fun.
You end up with like 50 of ketchup.
A ton of fun. Oh my God.
What the worst meal we had? I can't really think of a place where we're like, oh my gosh, we'd never go there again.
I feel like they've really. Oh, Julie, it was probably about. Well, it had to be before 20, so probably about 5 or so years ago. So yeah, maybe because it was pretty bad, but
I'm trying to think.
they change things all the time.
Yeah, I can't think of really. There was one place we went to a couple
Tracy,
years
thanks
ago.
for stopping in.
Bye, Tracy. Thanks.
I mean, there's so much good food there. That's another thing. That's a thing for another whole show, right?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
talking about the restaurants and the food.
Yep. Yeah, this is just kind of a just catch-all show. Like today, just talk about whatever, you know. And we're planning on. Are we planning on doing this twice a month? Or how long? Hey, Mr. Sadie.
We talked about once a month, but I'm
Oh, okay.
whatever you think.
Hmm.
Depends on how much interest there is.
Right.
There's what 15 people watching now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julie says you could do 10 shows on the food. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Julie, you could do it with us too.
We went to California Grill for the first time
I've never been there.
last September. Oh man, that was good.
I've heard
Good.
it's amazing.
It's expensive, but it was really, really good. Chris, what did you have? Like the 19-ounce
Hi, Mr. Sadie.
cowboy ribeye or something? It's like 19 ounces. It was big. It was huge. It was $75, but it was big.
Wow.
Well, we had the dining plan. So.
Oh, so what did it count for two?
Yeah, it was two dining plans. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite time ever. You ask Chris, when we go to Disney World, we have to ride Haunted Mansion a lot.
That has to be my favorite ride.
Yep. That
like
Splash Mountain. I love Splash Mountain.
If it's Disney and you can only ride one ride, I'd have to pick the Haunted Mansion.
Me too. And my favorite is the ballroom scene.
So we got on that tour, we got to go underneath the mansion behind where the ballroom scene is.
Oh wow.
Because the figures that you see, so when you're sitting in your car looking over, I don't know about you, I always like lean way out to see everything.
Me too. I want to see everything.
So you've got like that railing, right?
Yep.
And then there's right below you where your seats are actual figures, like not live, but physical figures that are dancing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
spinning and turning and making the movement, and somehow they're reflected onto the scene that you see.
Mm.
But when you're underneath there, you can, because we had to be very careful. They said because once the scene starts, you had to stand in a certain area, or your reflection would be able to be seen. Yeah,
we'd be like, "Hey, there's Mickey."
Yeah, you like make your Mickey ears. So yeah,
that's funny.
So it was fascinating to see how it's kind of old fashioned, like. That they have these physical figures that are dancing around, and then when they play the scene, whatever they do that makes it reflect.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
That's one ride, Liz, that I don't mind getting stuck on. Like, I don't mind if they have to stop it for a while.
Hi, Hank. Thanks for coming by. Oh no, I never get tired of getting stuck in the Haunted Mansion.
I was on a Haunted Mansion find a purse mission last May. And she did find it, and then I'm like, it's 300. No, it's 300.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a Dooney.
That's a lot of money.
I still love that purse, but
wow. We got stuck once on Pirates at the scene where they're trading off the women, the big scene where they have the slave, the auction and everything. That was fun just to sit there and to watch.
Yeah, certainly. I don't mind.
You go through it so fast.
Like, I wouldn't want to get stuck on Space Mountain, but Haunted Mansion's not bad. But, yeah, it's fun. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to get stuck on It's a Small World either.
We have not been on A Small World in quite some years.
Oh, I drag people on. Like,
do you?
Oh. Just because I like to be a brat.
I remember one year, the kids were teenagers. We all went, so we had gone many times, and they were older, and we came off of Peter Pan, which that's one of my very favorite rides, Peter Pan. We came off of that and we stood and we had said all along, we're not going to submit ourselves. We're not going to do Small World. We're not going to make ourselves do Small World. So we came off Peter Pan and we all stood there and we all looked at each other and went, okay. And we went and got them into Small World. We stopped forcing ourselves to do It's a Small World.
See, Peter Pan's okay. I don't mind it. But man, the wait for that ride is ridiculous.
The wait.
It's a good ride. It's just, I just don't understand why the wait is so long.
There's a book. Did you ever get the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World? Did you ever hear of a website called Touring Plans?
Yep.
So Touring Plans puts out a book called The Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. It comes out every year. And they do a whole in-depth thing into each ride and how the line works.
Oh, okay.
And it'll tell you, this is how many people can ride this line. You know, because of the way the line's constructed, this is how many people can go through this line in an hour, you know. And the Peter Pan, just the way the ride works, and it has to stop in order to load up. That's what just causes where a ride like Pirates that's continuous, or Mansion where the belt's continually going.
I like the queue, the new queue in Peter Pan.
The queue is good.
Oh.
The queue in Haunted Mansion is good.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. More and more interactive queues, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And it's classic. Yeah.
So I think our next show should be.
Oh my God! It's 8 o'clock.
It is. See, we can talk.
Oh, hey.
How about September 3rd?
Let us synchronize our watches here. No, Wednesday nights are never good because. Oh wait, I'm looking at July.
July.
That may or may not be good.
Okay.
Well, can we do it the 10th?
Yeah, that's good. We'll do the 10th.
Okay.
Sounds good. So the next time we'll be on is September 10th.
All right.
That sounds good. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us.
Yeah, it was so much fun to see everybody in the chat.
And we just love to talk about it. Just, chit chat about Disney and hear your guys' stories about it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I really thank you for coming on, Maggie.
Yeah, thanks for the great idea. And we'll see you. Yeah, we'll let everybody know as it's approaching. But yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Hope you have a great night.
Good night.
Bye. I will, Julie. All right, now Bridget has to figure out how to stop this thing.
Oh.
A little while till I figure this out. Okay, here we go. Bye, guys.
I'm still showing